If you watched my empty house tour, you will recognize this footage. So, this is when we closed on the home and got the keys to the property. So, this is right after we purchased it. I love the brick floor in there. That's definitely a keep. Now, the bricks do need to be resealed. Have not done that yet. And up here we have the original light fixture and popcorn ceilings. And the light fixture is definitely a keeper. It just needs a good cleaning. So this is the original door. And yes, that's a keeper. I may eventually have the glass redone, but I really like the glass. I don't know if everyone would like that yellow type glass that's in there from the 70s, but I like it. Okay, so first things first is we need to get the popcorn removed, and we actually had the contractors come in before we moved in because this is a messy, messy job. So here's the after the popcorn is gone, and now I start to remove the wallpaper. And lo and behold, there's not one layer of wallpaper, there's two. But you see so many different sections that I had started on because underneath the top layer is the original wallpaper, and I loved it. But because they papered over it either in the 80s or early 90s with that paper, I could not salvage the original paper. So it made me so sad because I really, really liked it. So that was one of the best pieces intact by the door frame. Now, the paper on top had this extra decoration. Oh, it was horrible. This was so messy. It was the worst job and messy. But the original wallpaper was that 70s flock wallpaper that was like fuzzy to the touch. Oh, I wish we could have kept it. But here is in progress of removing paper, and I guess from them putting the wallpaper over the original, that second layer over the original, it made that block wallpaper actually adhere to the sheetrock, which was very weird but neat. So here we go of getting it all removed. It doesn't look great, but it's gone. And I did not film, but my husband did go in and sand it down. But I asked him not to sand it completely because I actually wanted to see the imprint of that original wallpaper. So I liked how it had somehow seeped itself into the sheetrock, and I liked that. So I didn't want him to sand it too heavily. So that would come through when we painted it. So you can see here that is the aftermath of removing two layers of wallpaper. Okay, it has been sanded, and like I said earlier, I did not film any of the sanding because it's just such a tight space. There was no way to get in there. We had the entry blocked off. So here we go. Kilts going on everything. Kilts the entire thing. And it's just looking so much better. So then I start with the first coat of white paint on the doors and the paneling. And there we go. We've got that second coat going. Ah, it just it just felt so clean and just refreshed to have that white go on. And And then on the wall, I am testing my dark navy paint that I'm going to put on the walls, and I love it. So that was me testing that out while I was putting on the second coat of white paint. And there's the second coat with the tape off of the glass on the door. And man, what a difference. And the dark blue starts going on. And guys, this took two coats, but I was in love with it the moment it started going on, just the first coat alone. Even though the first coat didn't cover completely, I just really loved this look of using the dark coat. And there's me messing around. Yes, Wendy with an eye. And ta-da! Here we go. A whole new space. The floors have been cleaned. And like I said earlier, yes, the brick needs to be resealed, but we do not do that in this makeover, but it does need to be done. But just getting the wallpaper off, fresh paint on the walls, cleaning the light fixture, the popcorn's gone. I just felt like a breathable, wonderful space. And we loved how it turned out. My husband loved how it turned out. It's always nerve wracking when you pick a paint color, and I have never painted with a color that dark before. So I was really nervous about how it would turn out, and just absolutely in love with it. I love how the walls look, being able to see that flock wallpaper come through there, that flock from the flock wallpaper, the design come through there on the sheetrock. I love it. So you'll see that little gold nail up there. I've already got my nail in there. I'm getting ready to hang the mirror. And there it is. That's a mirror that was in a condo that we bought in 2014. And I kept it, and I'm so glad it worked out wonderful in this foyer. So, yes, I don't know where it came from, where it was purchased. It was just in the condo we purchased, and I've kept it all these years. So, started putting art up on the wall, my little scene of the Parisian flower market there. It's just, this is the fun part. So then I'm going to bring in the entry table, and I ordered this entry table off of Amazon. It worked out perfectly for the dimensions I needed and how wide I needed it to be. Worked out great. Here are my lamps. I ordered these online, I believe from Lamps Plus, but they look great in this room. And then I added the ginger jars, and I got these two ginger jars from a department store called Belk that we have here, and I got these on a doorbuster for $35 a piece. Just, ah, I was just over the moon to find that deal on those. And then I've added another ginger jar. I actually have two of these, the blue and white. Oh, and here I wanted to show you, I taped the lamp cord behind the table so it wouldn't hang down going over to the plug-in on the bottom. So yes, I added two blue and white ginger jars with the elephants on them. I just love using the ginger jars because when there's not flowers in them, they have the top and they look complete. All right, so I brought in the rug, and I brought in a little accent table with a low light plant on there. And I'm going to turn my attention now to the walls on either side of the entry into the living room. I actually found, you guys, because I was so upset over not being able to salvage the original paper. I found a piece of vintage flock wallpaper on Etsy, and it was just a certain dimension, certain length. So my husband came in and helped me, and he cut it exactly in the middle. So equal parts of this one piece I was able to find. So my husband did that, and so I was able to order custom frames to fit each piece, to go around the entryway into the living room. And I was just so excited. And I had to leave this little clip in here because Ellie needs to give her dad lots of kisses. And it is so cute. Yes, so we got it cut and then we put them in the frames, and it worked out perfectly. So even though it wasn't brown and it's not quite the exact design, at least the paper is there, um, to give you somewhat of an idea of what was originally in the room. So here's the before and now the after. And we really love how it turned out. So now we're going to just take a closer look. And yes, here's the rug. And I believe I got this from Rugs USA and I found it on clearance. I do remember I did get it on clearance and it was $30. And I loved it because it brought in all the colors in the room, the reds, the blue, um, love it, the whites, because I have red and blue, a lot of colors in that little painting hanging up there on the wall. But the room just it's just now a lovely space for guests to enter through. Love it. So we're going to take a closer look now at the entry table. And of course, I've already talked about the ginger jars, and I love having those because when you don't have fresh flowers in them, they're not just sitting open. They actually have the little top. And I added a preserved magnolia leaf wreath and love it. I have a magnolia tree out in my secret garden, and I just think it completes the room. A wreath to me on an inside door just feels so homey. I love it. So here's a closer look at the entry table and the ginger jars. Now the blue and white jars, I can't remember if those came from Home Goods or Marshalls. And then there is my white rabbit from the illustrations of Alice in Wonderland. And I found this little jeweled crown and put it on him. It did not come with him. I got that rabbit from the Victorian Trading Company. Now we're going to move over to this wall, and this is where I hung this vintage piece of art from a Parisian flower market scene. I love it. Our initial there, and then the low light plant on the accent table. And now we're going to transition to video I just took, because I'd already had this edited, so I just wanted to put this in here and not refilm everything. But I put the name of the plant there for you. But what I wanted to show you as I was editing this, the light switch plate came in, and I love it. It's ceramic and it's blue and white, and I thought it would perfectly set off the blue and white ginger jars on the opposite side of the room. So I love it. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and add that in here because I had everything else edited. So there's my little elephant with the crown. And with a foyer, this gives you the opportunity to, what they said is let your personality shine. So, I love my whimsy. So, an elephant with a crown, the white rabbit wearing the crown, and there are the custom frames holding that flock wallpaper from the 70s. Again, not the exact brown color, but I was just so excited to find some flock wallpaper that almost looked just like what was in here originally. And the frames, I got them done by Art to Frames, and they did the custom framing there. But as you can see the design coming through the paint that's from the sheetrock. It almost looks identical, almost, but it's just beautiful hanging here. So I was just glad to have something from the past still in this room, but bringing the room up to modern day. So I just wanted to thank you for watching my video. I hope wherever you are having a wonderful day. Be sweet.